Just like the title and thumbnail say, I'll be reviewing the OURA Ring. So that's what we have in this box right here. Also apologize for my voice, have a little bit of a cold. Well, honestly, it's more so just in the back of my throat. It's like, I feel fine, but yeah, sorry about the voice. But here we have our box, and since this is a 30-day, I don't want to, a 30-day trial, I don't want to waste any time and just get right to it. So, looks very clean. Packaging looks good. And there's our ring. I don't know if you can really see it, but pop it out for you guys. Hopefully you can see it. So they do have a couple different rings. I noticed online. So this is just the cheapest version, honestly. It's a silver. It's a little bit shiny. I know they make like some black matte rings. They make total circles because this one has a little bit of a bump at the top. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a little bit flat at the very top. But yeah, I've never really worn a ring before in my entire life, so this will be a unique experience. I didn't really see if there's a specific finger to actually hold it on. Oh my gosh, I just get this stuck in my finger. Let's see. I hope not. I know that there are those little things, those tricks to get off the finger. Oh my gosh, I just get stuck on my finger. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Well, popped off. Well, I guess I know if I want to keep it on my index finger, it's going to stay pretty well, which is, I think, a good thing. We've got some instructions here. Probably going to do this off camera just so I can kind of read through things. Maybe get it charged up if it doesn't already come charged. Looks like there's some sort of adapter here. Let's see. Wow, is that, do you actually plug something into the ring? I'm gonna go ahead and mess around with this stuff off camera real quick, read through some of the instructions, make sure I get charged up. Oh, this is what charges it. Okay, I was like, how do you charge the thing? But this, I guess you put it on this little guy here. It's the charging port, because you can see there's a little micro USB port. So I guess you just kind of come in here and put it on. Yeah, and then I guess it charges with that little port right there. But yeah, I'm going to do some reading, make sure it gets charged up, and then just go over. I assume I have to download an app and stuff like that, just like the Whoop. But yeah, I'm going to treat it essentially just like the Whoop review. Wear it for 30 days, see what kind of information it gives me, if it's helpful, if it's not helpful, track my sleep, stuff like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and make sure everything's charged up. I'll touch base with you guys in a second. All right, we're back. We got Maisie, and our ring actually came fully charged, which was awesome, unlike the Whoop. So I didn't have to charge this. I can throw it on. But a couple things I did read. So I had to set up an account. It is through an app, again, just like the Whoop was, and it has information. It sounds like it's going to be similar to the Whoop in the sense that it has, instead of a recovery score, it has a readiness score, which I assume is going to be basically, okay, like, what's your readiness to take on the day. It has a sleep score as well as an activity score. In that case, it's like Whoop's strain. So I think it's going to be very similar to that. But once again, I do want to wear it for a little while to see how it is. But a couple things I did note as I was reading this, I am 100% returning this. No offense to OURA, unless something absolutely magical happens. The next 30 days, this thing I think was like $300 plus it's like I think $6 a month to maintain the app, which is a little bit different than Whoop. The Whoop band didn't cost me anything. It was $30 a month to continue to wear the Whoop and have access to the app, where this I think was like, yeah, once again, like I think $300, and this was the cheapest version. They had ones at like $400 or $500, and no offense, but I think that is outrageous. I think there are way better ways to spend your money, but we'll go ahead and wear it for 30 days and see if anything magic happens or anything changes. But for now, it did say to put it on your index finger in this little guide that they gave you. You can kind of see here. It says to put it on your index finger, which I'm going to do. And also it says to use your non-dominant hand, which in my case, my left hand. But the only thing is, it says that it'll get scratched up if you wear it when you do weightlifting, which is majority of my training. Oops. Which is going to be basically barbell, dumbbell, machine work. So it seems like this is going to be something I'm going to have to take off basically before every workout, which is going to be extremely annoying. But we're going to go ahead and wear it on the, once again, the index finger. This is pretty tight. I did also, real quick, one sec, let me grab this. So what I want to grab is this little like ring thing. Oh, you want to smell that? Is this little ring thing right here. So basically it has all different sizes of rings. I went ahead and got this off of Amazon for maybe like $3. And honestly, with my little sister and my mom, I think, oh, they could put this to use as well as, or even Katie, to find their ring sizes on certain fingers. Maisie likes to smell it. Looks like a toy, doesn't it? So I did go ahead and try this, and basically I was right in between a 9 and a 10. And the big thing there was a 10 actually kind of like fell off like without any friction. So I went and got a 9 size on the ring, but it does seem to be a little bit tighter than the 9 on this little test kit, which I'm okay with. But I just know that if I have to do this every single day, kind of like wiggle my finger out and get the ring off every time I work out, it's gonna become an annoyance. But for now, we'll go ahead, throw that on. Once again, I've never worn a ring in my entire life, so that'll be a unique experience to start with. But yeah, we're gonna start wearing it. Hopefully it starts collecting data as soon as I put it on, as far as today's day, sleep, stuff like that. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted as far as the ring fit. If it comes off easily enough, I might have to pack some little string or yarn in my gym bag so I can make sure I can get this off before every workout. Otherwise, it does look pretty sleek, I will say. It looks pretty nice. I think it's kind of a cool look. I know rings are kind of in right now for a lot of guys, but yeah, we're gonna wear it and go ahead and try it out for 30 days. I'll keep you guys posted. Just like the Whoop review, I'll check in every couple days, maybe every week or so, and give you guys my updates. But yeah, that's the unboxing. Let's see how it goes. I'll be back with an update for you guys. So I actually put the OURA Ring on my left index finger, and actually kind of felt pretty tight, like it might have been cutting off some circulation. So I decided to go ahead and change it up. So I did look up, you can wear the ring on any of your fingers, dominant or non-dominant, and it's okay. So rather than putting my left ring finger, which is like for when you get married, I'm putting on my right ring finger, which it feels a lot looser, which is a good thing, but it still doesn't just slide off. Like I would actually have to take it off, but it slides off much smoother. Since I only have one hand, let's see if I can do this with my mouth. There we go. See, it slides off way easier and then also slides back on. So I'm going to keep it on my ring finger on my dominant right hand. A, because I know I'm going to be taking it on and off a lot for my lifting. But B, that said, it's okay to use on any ring finger, or sorry, any finger on your hand. So we're going to roll with this. I would say if I was going to keep this long term, I probably would just go ahead and return this, get a size 10 and wear it on my index finger on my non-dominant hand. But since we're just doing the 30-day trial, I'm going to go ahead and keep it here. And once again, if I fall in love with it, I'll definitely size up and put it on my non-dominant hand. But for now, yeah, I'm going to keep you guys posted after a couple days wearing this. I think it does take some time to sync up as far as it wants like some more data on me before it starts to give me scores. So it might take 4 or 5 days to actually get some adequate data. But I'll keep you guys posted. All right, so I want to give you guys a quick update on the OURA Ring. So I don't think I've made an update since I actually put it on. I've been quite busy doing a lot of traveling, so really haven't been able to sit down and talk about it. But I will say it has kind of been growing on me quite a bit. It is one of those things where I think when I initially put it on, I was like, this OURA Ring, like it's like $300. It's not gonna be worth it. It doesn't really track anything that I find valuable, blah, whatever. And I will say, first thing, right off the bat, I've gotten used to having the ring on and not really thinking about it. Because when I first put it on, I was playing with it. I was like basically just fiddling with it all the time. Like, this feels weird, this feels annoying. And now I just don't really think about it. I actually have to remember to take it off when I'm at the gym. And when I'm at the gym, I kind of get that, like the phantom jewelry or phantom ring sensation where I'm like, oh my gosh, like where's my ring? Okay, it's just in my bag. Oh, where's my, okay, it's just my bag. Like I feel like when I don't have it on, I'm missing something. So that's kind of, I guess, a unique thing or unique part of the ring itself. But as far as the app interface, I actually like this app a little bit more than a Whoop as far as kind of like what you get to look at on a daily basis. But very similar to the Whoop, I'll kind of take some screenshots of this stuff, but there's what they call their readiness profile, which is basically going to be kind of, I would say, like Whoop's recovery, because I think Whoop had what, recovery and strain, and then the OURA Ring has readiness and activity. So instead of Whoop having the strain, they have their activity, which kind of measures, okay, like how much you did that day or how many calories you burned or how active you were. And then they also have the readiness, which is basically like Whoop's recovery, like how ready are you or how recovered are you for the day. So real quick, I'll go ahead. Yeah, I mean, and also it has sleep as well. So big thing there is allows you to kind of look at a few things. Obviously, there's a lot of information. Just like the Whoop, it's kind of overwhelming. Like there's so much stuff that they give you, from like the temperature of your skin, your HRV, deep sleep numbers. Like there's so much information on here. But I'm kind of just looking at, okay, like what does my readiness score look like? What is it kind of based off of? Yeah, HRV balance, body temperature, recovery index, sleep balance, previous day activity, activity balance. I mean, there's so much information on here. Actually go ahead and actually start a recording so I can kind of take you guys through this. So 3, 2, 1. Boom. So I'll throw it up on the screen. I don't want to cover Maisie, but I kind of might have to. So we'll go ahead and run through some things. So homepage, pretty straightforward. Obviously at the top you can see it actually tracks your activities for you, but my healthy habits, my readiness score 81, sleep 88, an activity goal. I didn't set up that calorie burn, but I guess it's going to track your calories. I personally will never use a calorie burn as like an actual input. I personally don't find that valuable, but it does give you a little bit of information. The readiness page, you can kind of see my readiness over the last week or so. Obviously, I think one day I didn't wear it. Looks like Friday I didn't wear it. I honestly don't know why, but I didn't wear it. But looks like, yeah, once again, resting heart rate variability, body temperature, respiratory rate, readiness score. It gives you some information like about your recovery index, so you can click on things. It tells me basically like don't drink alcohol, which I don't, but maybe something else in there. Sleep score, which is pretty cool. Obviously, once again, you can kind of see my sleep. Looks like I didn't wear it one night, but I think I just maybe forgot to put it on before I went to bed, because I do take it off when I shower sometimes. Sometimes I leave it on, but sometimes I do take it off. But yeah, sleep score, total sleep efficiency, restfulness, REM sleep. What else is there? Total sleep, deep sleep, all that kind of stuff. So once again, a lot of information. I'm kind of just looking at, okay, what was my total sleep, time in bed, that kind of thing. And then we've got our activity levels. Obviously, one of the big ones was back in New York. This does track my steps, which I personally love that the Whoop didn't do. It did not track my steps. So we were getting, yeah, 20,000 steps in New York, 21,000, lots of steps in New York. But my goal, once again, is around 10,000 steps a day. Got 14, 7,000 when we traveled, stuff like that. But yeah, it just kind of gives me a good look at, okay, my steps, but I do take it off when I work out. So that's one thing that this doesn't account for is my workout, which once again, just like the Whoop, I had to take it off for some of my workouts, but I could wear it during other ones. Like with the Whoop, I had to take it off because it just didn't fit with my wrist wraps. This I take off because I don't want to get scratched up, because I still think I'm going to return it, but it definitely is more of a question now than it was when I first put it on. I do enjoy having this and getting some data, but I do think that once again, you can overanalyze things. Is it really worth $300 and then $500 every month to access that data? Yet to be determined, but it's definitely more of a potential that I might keep it than it was when I first put it on. But right now, I'm still taking off during my workouts because I don't want to get this scratched up. We're using like the barbell and dumbbells at the gym, because eventually I want to return it, or I think I want to return it. And if they tell me I can't return it because it's scratched up, I'm like, I just wasted $300. That also might make me keep it. So kind of still on the fence there. But I mean, as far as the looks of it, let me make sure that video stopped. Okay, looks like I did. As far as the looks of it, I've got compliments on it. I've honestly personally never wore rings in my entire life, as I mentioned before, but I kind of like the look of it. As far as just like, it kind of looks cool. I know rings are kind of in for a lot of guys, or at least they were for a little bit, like the tattoos and rings. So I don't mind it whatsoever. I still would prefer to wear it on my non-dominant index finger, but once again, I think it's just a little bit too tight. It doesn't really, oh gosh, no, not again. Come on. So yeah, on my index finger, it's a little too tight. Okay, there we go. So that kind of stresses me out. I hate that kind of feeling like something might be stuck on my body. So I did put it on my ring finger. So once again, the sizing is a little bit different. But yeah, so far, I'm actually really enjoying it. I don't find it like it gets in the way or anything. I like that I can just wear a watch and not have anything on my other wrist. That I had something on forever as far as a step counter. So I do like it. It's just one of those things where, once again, as a strength training athlete, or I guess a bodybuilder, weightlifter, whatever you want to call myself, it just isn't as useful to track workout information as it is just daily habits. Because once again, when I go to the gym, I'm more so focused on, okay, am I making progress in my lifts? How close am I training to failure? What's my RPE? I have a logbook. I keep track of that kind of stuff. Where I don't really care too much about my heart rate during my workout, or care about my caloric burn during my workout. If once again I was an endurance athlete, I might care about that stuff a little bit more, see what kind of zone I'm in. I know they kind of always talk about like, oh, you want to have certain heart rates when you run for like tempo training, stuff like that. That could be a lot more valuable, or once again, CrossFit athletes. But for me as a weightlifter, this isn't going to tell me how I'm doing in the gym. My logbook, how I'm feeling, my soreness, other stuff are going to tell me. But I do like the sleep, I do like the steps, I do like the just general information it kind of gives. But a lot of times, I can look at the app and be like, yeah, like I didn't sleep so well last night. Oh, okay, yeah, sleep score 77. Or, wow, I slept like a log. I had a really good night's sleep. Oh, sleep score 99. Like I can kind of feel that out myself. But yeah, still honestly really enjoy it so far. Honestly, probably one of the best fit tracking things I've ever used. And I think it's really cool that it's this small in a ring. Yeah, enjoying it so far. But once again, some more updates to come. see you guys in the next update.
Time has come to wrap up the OURA Ring review. Currently wearing it. It's been about a month, so we're gonna do a quick little overview of how I've basically found the fitness tracker overall. We got Maisie chewing on her little bones, so sorry if you hear some of that, but basically I wrote down a few things I want to cover. So as far as the ring goes, it's pretty much lived on my finger, except for I do take it off when I lift. I take it off when I shower, do my hair in sort of hair gel, and I also take it off when I get in the sauna. I don't know if it probably could be worn in the sauna, but it's just, I don't know why, it's just something that I do. I take off my necklace, I take off my watch, I take off everything when I get in the sauna. So it's just something I kind of just take off with the rest of my jewelry or other things I wear. Also, a couple other things. The battery life is actually very, very solid. It charges fast and it lasts, I would say, probably about almost a week. I think I charge it a little bit more frequently than every week, but I'll just throw it on the charger, which is very convenient right on my computer. When I sit there, it'll charge, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes, it'll become fully charged. I just throw it back on, so very easy and convenient there. As far as in the gym too, so when I'm in the gym, I'm obviously wearing my headphones. So all I do, I have this little carabiner on here, which I actually use to attach to my gym bag. I used to, and now I have a little zipper pocket, but when I go to the gym, all I do is open that carabiner, put my ring in there, and that's on there, so I'm not losing it. I thought I might lose it at some point, but I decided to do this. I know they do make little, what are they called, like ring holders. I think I've seen some girls use where they like have lots of rings and they have a little thing that they kind of like unscrew and they put all their rings in there. They screw it back up when they're at the gym. So that's something that you could use as well. But right now, I just, once again, didn't want to use it in the gym because I don't want to get scuffed up. But I will say I did wear it a little bit and you can see just a little bit of scuffing. So hopefully they don't get mad if I do try to return this, which stay tuned to the end of the video to see that. Once again, it is slightly the wrong size. So as I mentioned, I wanted it to fit on my, my left index finger, but it was just a little too small. I didn't realize that ring sizes, they not only come in like numbers like 1 through 15 or whatever, and I think I'm size, like I measure my index finger is like just about size 9 and a little bit more, but they don't sell this in anything but the whole numbers. When you can get actual ring size, you can get them in like 6.25 or 6 1/4 or 6 1/2. These rings come in single sizes. I think this is a 9 and it was a little bit too tight on my index finger, so I would recommend sizing up just to make sure that it's not too tight on whatever finger you want to actually put it on. So that's just a quick sizing tip, but I put it on my my non-dominant or my dominant ring finger, not my wedding ring finger, and it's been fine. But I have had a couple of comments on videos like, "Oh, Jack, did you elope and not tell us?" or something like that. Like, no, it's just on my right hand, but I know on the screen it looks my left occasionally. So it's been fitting on there. It feels good. One of the only problems is, so hopefully you guys can kind of see this. I'll try to mask it a little bit, but on the ring, I don't know if there are these little sensors, you kind of see those. So that's the bottom of the actual ring. And then there's a top, you can hopefully see like a little bit of like a flat part right there. Occasionally the sensors are supposed to stay at the bottom where like facing your palm, but occasionally when I sleep or when I move around, the sensors kind of get turned around. I'm not sure if that's a huge deal. I try to correct it and straighten it out, make sure the sensors are on the bottom. Closer to my palm, but I'm not sure if they have newer models that might have the ring or the sensors all the way around, if it's actually that big of a deal, if the ring gets kind of twisted, anything like that. But I do notice I had to do that a few times. It might also be because the ring is slightly too big for my finger. Like I do think, that an 8 could probably fit on this finger, even though this is a 9. So it could be one of the things where it's just a little bit too loose, but I will say it has never fallen off or gotten close to falling off. It just has to be a little bit easier to take on and take off all the time. I also don't mind the look. I'll be honest, I've never worn a ring in my entire life, never really been a ring guy, but I don't mind or hate the look. So it's kind of one of those things where I was like, okay, yeah, like just kind of got used to it over time. And then I still get like the phantom feeling of like, oh, if I don't have my ring on, like where to go? Okay, there it is. Like I didn't have it on. I kind of feels like I always have it. So that would probably be weird later on once I'm not used to wearing it all the time. And then the only slight kind of thing I did have was a fear of what we call degloving. So I used to work in a warehouse or manufacturing facility, and you couldn't wear anything but like the rubber or silicone rings because of something called degloving. Do not look it up. Warning, do not Google degloving unless you want to see something extremely off-putting. But basically what happens is if you're working on machinery or once again maybe in the gym using some heavy weights, what could happen is your ring could snag, and if it's not a silicone or something that would actually like give a little bit or break, it'll kind of like pull the skin off your finger? Yeah, don't look it up. So that was one fear I had, why I would also take off the ring occasionally when I lifted. But if I did want to go ahead and keep it, and I wasn't planning on returning it and just doing like this test, I probably would have worn it in the gym, been okay with a little scuffing. But I will say, overall, it did scuff really easily. I forgot to take it off one time, and it already has scratches on it. Not sure if that's gonna affect the actual like lifetime warranty or like ability for it to read my information, but it did get stuffed up very, very easily. Other than that, I'm gonna take a look at some of my other notes. The app was actually very intuitive. I liked this app more than the Whoop app as far as it gives you a readiness score, a sleep score, the activity score. It also tracks your steps. I don't know how accurate the steps are because I'll admit, like, it seems like my steps are really, really high when I don't think they're as high as they are. But I will say if I was in a calorie deficit or trying to loosen body fat, I would definitely be paying more attention to the steps and the calorie burn, stuff like that. But I do like that it gave you kind of like a sleep goal. It gave you some information about that. But I would say, I'm trying to think of anything else. Once again, I think that in my current position of trying to be in a building phase, not overly concerned with my step count or my sleep as I would be in a diet phase or on prep, as well as this not being worn during my workout, so I don't really get any information about my heart rate or anything during my actual workout. I am going to go ahead and return this. I've kind of made a decision, but it has grown on me, and it might be my favorite fitness tracker I've worn so far. And I've had Garmin, an Apple Watch, Amazon Fitbit, an actual Fitbit, or I said Amazon Step Counter, an actual Fitbit. I tried the Whoop and now the OURA Ring. It is probably my favorite so far. But in the current position I'm in of mostly doing resistance training, strength training, not really having any sort of endurance goals where this could come into play in terms of measuring my heart rate, or my VO2 max or anything like that. I do like the sleep aspect of it, but once again, I can kind of tell if I have a good night's sleep or not, and I like to have structure, so I pretty much go to bed and wake up at the same time anyways. I am going to be returning this because in my mind right now, it is not worth, I think it was like, $300 or $400 that I paid. So I'm going to go ahead, try to return it. I assume I will be able to because once again, like the scratching's minimal and I just don't want to pay $5 a month as well as having that $300 to $400 out of my pocket right now. Definitely is something that I will maybe revisit when I go on my cut this summer when I will be a little bit more concerned about my sleep, my tracking of steps and stuff like that. But right now, just with my current training and my current kind of, I guess, phase I'm in, I will be returning this, but I do seriously really, really like this. I've seen a lot more people actually wearing it. I don't know if it's because I'm wearing it. I now notice it on other people's hands. Like 2 trainers at the gym I go to have it. Another girl I follow on Instagram just got it and is trying it out. So it is cool. Once again, I just don't think is worth it to me at this current state and this moment. But I do really, really like it. Once again, this is not sponsored. I'm going to try to return it. Hopefully they accept it because I think I'd rather have the $300 to $400 right now than this fitness tracker just with my current lifestyle and my habits that I do already have built in. But without further ado, that's a wrap. If you guys have any questions about the OURA Ring, let me know. Hopefully I can answer some of those. Obviously, once again, I assume that their fitness page, or not their fitness page, their website has a lot of like frequently asked questions, videos about it. But yeah, that's the wrap or the end of the OURA Ring review. I do recommend it. I personally just don't find that I personally need it right now. So I'm going to return this and then let me know if there's any other fitness products you guys want me to try. But without further ado, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys next time. Peace.